Right, well, we are starting P13 then here at Oulton Park. Unlucky for some, hopefully not for us today, but only going to be about an 8-lap race around this venue. We might just stretch a 9th lap depending on how quick the front runners are able to get around the venue each and every lap. Of course, the magic tyre walls around this circuit are going to make things rather interesting today. I would be very surprised if we make it through without anyone hitting any of them, but rounding out of the final corner then. Are we going to get wrecked once again in the GR86 Cup? That is the question that is about to be answered. There's lots of concertina and up at the final corner, and we kind of get caught at the worst possible point there, not only on the upper, but also between gears. As you can see, everyone in front of me trying to muscle their way in towards turn 1. We've got a car on my inside, a little bit of pin and banging just in front. This will give that guy a cheeky pinch, but a fair pinch as well through at turn 1 down the hill. For the first time there, you can see everyone just trying to keep it clean and tidy. We're just going to sit back once again. They're not going to try and perform any miracles on the opening lap round here. Oulton Park, it is so easy still, of course, to make mistakes. You know, you run a wheel off the track. Obviously, this thing that just the traction control cuts in, the power cuts out, and you end off sending it yourself to the shadow realm at quite low speed. Generally, is hello, GR86 there, trying to kill me in towards the hairpin. Big dive bomb coming in from the guy in front of me as well, but are we going to see any chaos in through the chicanes then on this opening lap? People trying to take it fairly clean and tidy. I definitely think this Toyota is struggling just a little bit as we head up the hill and towards the next chicane. Just trying to find just a little bit of real estate, everything like that. Of course, just got to be careful of, you know, one car in front making the mistake and then no one's got anywhere to go, as it does really get loose and lively through there. Struggle to get much feeling about what the back end of the car is doing sometimes in this thing, especially of course if it does go a little bit light, but looks like we might just about survive lap 1 then here this afternoon. Haven't gained any places though, so I might have to start getting the old elbows out in just a moment, but yeah, just easing everything up as always. You know I say every time I come on iRacing, we've got to get the tyres up to temperature and everything like that. Plus, of course, this is a top split lobby, not a particularly high SOF, but it is top split nonetheless, so we have got some very quick races up towards the front. Races that I will never be able to match sensibly unless I started doing iRacing full time, which I don't think is happening anytime soon. Oh, someone's off. Oh, did not want to do that, my friend. Lucky that we were all able to just about avoid that. The 12 did a fantastic job avoiding that, as we got another one gone. Plenty of carnage kicking off then early on here. As are we going to be able to get a run on the 12 down in towards the next chicane? We'll have a look to the inside. Might be able to try and go for a bit of a cheeky dive bomb. He's actually going to outbrake me there. Very nicely done. In through the first part, it's going to compromise him on the exit, but again, I don't think we're quite going to be able to do anything there, as it might allow the guy behind me, Hiroki, to try and do something. Not quite able to this time around, so we're back up then into P12, I think, of this race. I think we need about 10th or 9th if we want to try and get any iRacing here. So just back end still sliding around ever so slightly there. You know, you break over a bump or something like that. This thing is still a very raw driving experience in that sense. Through the final corner, got to try and get the power down. Oh, guy in front of me makes
just done a 152.
I can see that. Thank you. And we're going to lose the 2 places I just gained. Lovely. I mean, I'm happy that we've not got a completely wrecked car, but it's still frustrating. These two now going side by side down the bottom of the hill. It's going to compromise Hiroki's run off the corner. We might not be able to get a run back on him in towards the next turn. We're going to try and have a look to the inside, but I don't think we're quite going to get there, as he should be able to take it flat out. Just slot back in behind, as there are a lot of dive bombs coming into this hairpin so far today. Not sure I'm brave enough to go for it just yet, unless you're practically pushing the car in front of you along, but tables have turned them between myself and Hiroki there. I think David was also, of course, the car that made the mistake through here last time around, or something happened. But all still kicking off.
Slow in, fast out. Keep the inside line covered.
Now we've got a bit of a situation developing on our hands there. We're definitely similar pace to Hiroki. There's a big gaggle of cars in front. But also I think, yeah, Nick behind us is looking very racy as well. I'm probably a bit quicker. It seemed like we were able to get a decent line into the hairpin each time around there, sometimes compromising my exit ever so slightly. But still a big old gaggle of cars around. It's about whether we're going to be able to try and get any of them. So that's somehow Hiroki's got away with it, and as soon as I talk about trying to get a place, we're not going to get one, we're going to get two there, as again David seems to be involved in another incident. I will try and have a look back through all of them come the checkered flag, but David apologising for that one, so clearly believes he was at fault. But yeah, we'll take the freebies if we can. This time around, get a really nice run out through turn 3, I think it must be. Still getting closer and closer to Hiroki each time around. You can see everyone likes to run really, really wide on the corner into the hairpin, and of course it acts as sort of a natural defence there, as all over the back of Hiroki now. I'll somehow get to the inside off the corner, but I don't think we're really going to be able to do anything with it. Whoa, just a big old squeeze there. Luckily that we backed out of that one just as he started to come across me. So yeah, clearly again, I mean, it is GR86 racing, it's what we should come to expect at this point. Perhaps I should have kept the nose in there and watched him turn himself off my front, but yeah, sometimes I just desperately would love to actually have a clean race in this series, which would be rather nice there. As you can see, taking some very, very aggressive lines through these next couple of corners there. Hiroki gambling it over that inside curb. I'm not a fan of doing that. It kind of just chucks the inside up a bit, and you never then quite know how the rear end's going to react as you get close to that outside curb there. But it looks like Giro as well, just in front, struggling a bit at the moment. We've got to just try and get past these cars there, and as much as anything else, try and put a car behind, between myself and Nick behind. But yeah, crew chief wants me to get on with it as well, so always those little words of motivation.
5 minutes remaining.
Someone else has completely gone off to the shadow round. Where are they going to rejoin? Well held, mate. That I wasn't such a fan of that. Just suddenly decides he's going to jink over at me in towards the next corner. But Tolga now between myself and Nick behind. Yeah, fair play to him for the initial save, but yeah, I don't know whether it was just a small imbalance on the car there, or he thought he might try and block me from getting through. But we're up another spot then into P9 of this race. The P7 is right there still. And Tolga is trying to close back in rather rapidly as well here, as I think we are. Are we going to see an extra lap in this race? I can't quite work it out just yet there, as it goes. Hiroki having a look to the inside of turn 1. Can't make anything happen though from it. Oh, right in front of him. Just runs very, very wide there as we actually nail the line at that first corner. Giro still trying to defend for all his worth. I don't know really what to do at the moment. Do we be wise and just sort of sit back, or is that going to put us under more pressure from the cars behind? Perhaps I've just got to get my elbows out and get involved in this, but I'm so worried about getting taken out in another one of these races. I just would love to get to the end nice and cleanly. And perfect, well, these two come together and I just get through nice and easily, but that's never quite going to be the case in these cars. We'll wait and see. There is again getting a nice run off the hairpin. Looks like Oliver up in front is struggling as well, just a little bit. Dropping back in towards us three's clutches. So yes, three, there's even more behind. Whoa! It doesn't feel particularly sort of balanced around this track. I don't know if it's the fixed setup this week or what, but it feels like it's struggling a bit more than normal there, as Hiroki trying to look around the outside.
Car right.
What is that?
You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
That would have been an absolute crash and a half had I not jumped out of the way there.
You'll need to give back the time gained.
And we've got such a big slowdown from that as well. I mean, I was going to get completely wiped out had I not jumped out of the way there. That is disgusting. And now I've got to get rid of this slowdown. I've lost 5 places in the process from avoiding a crash. Right, well now perhaps my perception of whether we wanted the white flag has changed. We haven't got one, and luckily it's given me another chance to try and close back in a bit, but Tolga, I feel like, is probably going to cause a crash here late on. But we'll wait and see. Oh, guy in front of me makes a bit of a mistake there. Lucky to collect it at last. Nick again just struggling a bit perhaps towards the end of this race. Is Tolga going for a big dive bomb? He certainly tried it. White flag's out, so I struggle to get the car down in second gear through that hairpin. That would actually been a really nice lap up to that point. But one more lap to go then, here from Oulton Park. Are we going to get any more freebies out of this? Are we going to see the chaos that I'm anticipating on this final lap? Will Hiroki be able to try and move past Jury? Will Tolga kill anyone in the dying stages? I already saw one big dive bomb coming out from him. Surely we're going to see another attempt at some point around this lap, and well, yeah, maybe just being out of anywhere away from them might be a wise thing to have done late on in the day here. But yeah, right around this final circuit of the Oulton Park venue, they see just how wide everyone else is running. I'm not convinced it's the way to go there. Slide the car into the hairpin on the rear end. But it's looking like Drury might be able to get a little bit of freedom here on this final lap, as here goes David to the inside of Tolga as well. They're going to go side by side in towards the chicane there, and that might allow Hiroki just to break away. Nick's going to get a compromised run off the corner as well, so we're going to try and get to the outside of him.
He's still
there. Didn't know which way he was going to go. Surely he's going to keep the nose up the inside though. I don't see him. Oh, he has backed out of it. I was not expecting that. As we wind our way through Tolga now all over the road, so no idea what's going on. Are we going to see David get a run off the corner? Not sure I really want to get involved with these two, to be honest, but we'll wait and see. As we head up the hill in towards the final couple of turns. Toyota Cup racing, it always ends up like this. Let's just wait and see. Is there going to be contact? David trying to hook it up round the outside.
Old Hall. Looks like it's
seems to be more incidents going on. Robin is racing in towards the final corner. Who is going to come out on top? Are we going to be able to capitalise? Tolga again late on the brakes. We've got to try and get a run off the corner, which we will do. So we'll recover then, I think, to P10 when all is said and done. Oh, that got the heart ticking right towards the end. They got very, very scary late on in the day. But we have survived. We have finished P10 when all is said and done there. Tolga, like I said, really not a fan of that driving, to be completely honest. We'll go take a look at those final race results. Well, having a look then at the instance from this race, they're heading down in towards the hairpin. Oh, very, very unlucky for the blue car. Just the orange car even just nicked the grass. Then I think there was a little bit of netcode involved in that one that made the incident as aggressive as it was. That'll probably be a completely destroyed rear quarter on that Toyota. Next up though, this was the incident a little bit later on there. You can see the Taco Bell car. Oh, lucky that there were no other cars that got collected in that one. Just nicked a wheel, I think, on the grass and could not get away with it then. Here we go, here's Tolga. Let's see, that one seemed to be fairly clean and tidy, I suppose, which is good. Oh, there we go. So Tolga just nicked the inside wall there through the tyre barrier. And that might have been a little bit of damage that was costing them throughout the rest of this race. That was, yeah, pretty much as fine as you'd ever want to cut that. Let's see the black car then. This was the one just in front of me. Look out! Oh, we did actually collide with him on his end. I didn't get any instant points for it. I didn't even get 0x for contact. So, quite surprised by that one. Yeah, like I said, there was no contact on mine. We'll watch this one again as we head down. You can see just tried to get on the power a little bit too early there. Back end lifts up. And obviously, like I said, we could spot it happening. But, yeah, definitely on his end. We've tipped him round. But, like I said, nothing on my end. I don't think I could have done much more there. Here we go then. Another incident, though, down in towards the chicane. Oh, nicked the inside wall on the way in. But seems to have got away with it. And here we go. It's the Taco Bell car again against the one that got damaged down at the hairpin. Lap 1. Oh, he's going to get collected again into the hairpin there. A tiny bit of contact that time round. But it looks like they did both get away with that one. But yeah, still pretty scary. And here we go then. This was the incident with David. You can just see guy in front of him just gets a little bit loose and he just knocks him round. Probably, I mean, he does, I think, then try to wait up a little bit, but just gets on with it after he realises he's span him. But don't think I saw any use of the brakes there from David on that one. As we head down, we'll just watch it again quickly. Let's see, he's obviously braking as normal. Off the brakes. No, doesn't even try to brake again there. So yeah, if I was the other car, I'd be pretty upset by that one. I wanted to see as well just how Tolga made that mistake. Of course, that was the car that rejoined, that I didn't actually sort of realise was the car that rejoined and then almost took me out. As we head down the hill, just nicks a wheel on the grass. He certainly was pushing right to the absolute limit throughout this entire thing there. Of course, can't quite collect it up as he tries to get back towards the circuit. But yeah, very, very erratic driving throughout the entire thing there. Does just about collect it up first time round. And he does just move out towards me, doesn't he? For the sake of it, it feels like. clearly, yeah, not a fan of their driving, and we'll try and have a look to see at that dive bomb as well. You can see he's under a lot of pressure from, I think that's David behind again, isn't it? But heading out then of the chicane. Does get a pretty decent run off the corner, but I mean, he's still got to be, what, a good 4 or 5 car lengths back as we head down into the next braking zone. Now remember, it's not a particularly big braking zone. We brake fairly normally. That is... I mean, he's barely kept it on the road himself, so there definitely wouldn't have been any space for us to go for anything or try to race alongside him. That is beyond just disastrous in my eyes. Yeah, I did really have to jump out the way there. Not a fan of that. Taking a look, though, at our final race results, we did still gain 0.07 SR when all is said and done. They're +3 iRating, so I guess we can't moan all too much come the checkered flag. But yeah, very, very scary there. I mean, my fastest lap was a 52.2 there, which I'm actually very happy with. Would have put us, right in contention with some guys, fairly similar iRating, but that were scoring some good results. But thank you all so much for watching this video. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts and feelings on the interesting dive bomb from Tolga. Of course, there was no contact, but I did feel like I had to jump out the way in that moment. But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon with more iRacing content. In fact, tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to be bringing the Daytona 500.